was by far the most difficult episode that we've ever endeavored upon. Raj came to us with an incredibly ambitious piece of music. It was 10 and a half minutes long. It was going to involve numerous different groups of people to play instruments throughout the song. It was going to require a major feat of organization to pull this off in one day. So we came up with a schedule for the day that's actually pretty hilarious when you look at how intense it is. We showed up at 8 a.m. At 8:30 we tracked piano. From 9:15 to 12:30 we tracked drums, bass, guitar, trumpet, and did vinyl scratches. At 12:30 we tracked synths and electric guitar. At 1:30 we tracked live drums. At 2:30 we tracked the MPC and glockenspiel. Orchestral players showed up at 3:30, and at 4 we tracked horns, 5:30 strings, 6:30 clarinet. Then we took a break. At 8:30 we tracked vocals with Yikes the Zero, and from 10 to 1 a.m. we tracked Raj's vocals. So yeah, it was a long day. All right, 8:48. Should we be recording piano right now?
Yes. Yeah. We should.
Hey John. Yeah. Can we switch the piano into this Ingram?
So the first thing that we did on this song was the piano in movement 4. The piano was mic'd up from behind with a pair of Neumann KM184s, which ran into the Ingram MPA 685, into the Massive Passive, into the Compex.
So Raj sat at the piano and we lined up a click track and he started playing. Unfortunately, what we found was that his playing was constrained by that click. It was supposed to sort of fall off and turn really vibey, and the click just wasn't letting him do that.
Yeah. Does it feel a little fast to you?
Well, I mean, it only sounded fast because you've been playing it slower all morning.
Right. But I don't know if I have like enough room at that tempo to like be expressive.
Yeah. Okay. What are the implications of this not being done to a click? Just whether you can sort of rap to it like in time.
Yeah, I guess that would be a concern, but you know, maybe it wouldn't be. We'd
be taking a little bit of a gamble.
I think we can do it.
You think we can do it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy to decide at 8:45 in the morning that we were gonna sort of abort the plan and go off click. And many remixers of the world will be frustrated by the fact that it's not on the grid.
I don't know. I think the only thing I would want to check is like if I can we hear it back, and if I'm rapping over that, does it sound too? Back to life again, back up on the corner spot, either on the block, back on the mic again. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Whoa, what's going on, dude? Oh, man.
So the Toynbee suite changes over that 10 and a half minutes really drastically. And so Raj thought of the different parts as movements. The third movement really revolves heavily around RJD2. And we expected RJ to come with an MPC and to work out a drum beat. And we all expected to sit back and marvel at how awesome his process is because he's a master. Instead, what was really interesting is he showed up with it recorded and sat down and played live to his drum tracks with Dave Hartley and with Raj. And they actually created a live ensemble. And that was cool as hell to watch. How are we tracking this stuff?
So what I was imagining is, let's just get solid on beat from the MPC and then...
I mean, you guys want to play together once we get the MPC stuff?
I don't care, but let's vibe everything against the drums, because
that's true.
We're just thinking right now.
RJ uses an MPC 2000, and the sounds that come out of it, he captures in Pro Tools. And we record in Pro Tools, so we use the Ingram Engineering MPA 685. It was really great because we were able to adjust the amount of gain as well as the output, so it wasn't just a clean signal being boosted, but we were actually able to drive up some elements more than others.
That was the one to me right there, what we just did.
So the big question is, how do you connect this 10.5-minute piece with wildly changing parts all throughout it to be one piece of music and one song? And the solution for that was Josh Stamper. Josh brought in horn players, he brought in woodwinds, and he brought in a string quartet called the Dark Horse Orchestra. And he arranged orchestral parts that were the connective tissue for the entire thing from beginning to end.
So, John, we're starting 16 bars after the piano comes in.
All right.
You have a snaps for a click.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Because there's no metronome to this.
Okay.
He played it free
Okay.
of the metronome. It's the very first thing we did this morning. And already we were like, we don't need the click.
Look. Just go for it.
My fear after we recorded the piano with no click was that the orchestral players later in the day were going to have a difficult time playing with it. So I snapped along to the piano track. And they found it more confusing than illuminating.
That snapping is not going to work.
It's a snap. It's Brian snapping over what he played on
But
the
the
piano.
tempo's changing. Am I like?
It's
okay.
it's flexible.
All right.
So we have to respond.
I think that, can we try it without the snaps? That's what I'm suggesting. That'd be great.
Here you go.
The great thing about great orchestral players and great arrangements is that it only requires 2 microphones to record them. So to record the strings, we used a pair of Telefunken Elam 260 tube small diaphragm condensers going into the DW Fern VT2. Orchestral ensembles were designed to play in a room. They were designed hundreds of years before electronic recording equipment even existed. So the instruments are made to project into a room. They're made to bounce off the walls, you know? So it's not that much of a stretch to put 2 microphones 5 feet away from the players and think that they're gonna just combine together magically, because that's what those instruments have hundreds of years of technology built into them. And it was just one of the greatest discoveries ever to realize that a stereo pair of mics just captures them doing the whole thing perfectly.
Unreal.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Wonderful.
Check. 1, 2.
Raj, your voice sounds awesome on that mic.
Oh yeah, no, dude.
It does.
You should get one.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
I want a Neumann.
This is such a huge piece of music with so many tracks that we couldn't even play all of it at once ourselves. We had to go through pretty heroic measures to be able to hear the thing from beginning to end. If that gives any indication of how ambitious the Toynbee suite is.
John, I just need like a bar before the drums drop. Okay.
Here we go, we're gonna hear the song now.
Fucking A, hopefully.
For vocals, Raj and Yikes both used the U67 into the API 312, API 550, and then a distressor. The crazy thing was, instantly it just sounded like a mixed vocal. Raj's tone and delivery, phrasing, everything about his vocal performance and the way that he sounds, it just sounds like a record, like straight out of his mouth through this chain.
I started walking with the bird, wishing we never die, never be lost and gone. If we levitate or we reach the sky, all alive, all my life I always wonder why the promises of the gods are just flaws of the human mind. Human lives depreciated, molecules is vibrating till they alleviated. The face of everything everywhere is forever changing. So why bottom line technology won't be the spaceship that's on some outer spaceship?
I think we were all just kind of floored like the second this started, especially because it was already pretty long in the day and we've had this incredible bed of music that kind of made sense. And then Raj got on the mic, we just started going for it, and we're like, all right, this is why we did all of this.
Larry King, Helion, Gold Rush. That's what I begged and I tried and they had me choked up.
All right, should I take it one more time?
Oh, it sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude, I'm
It sounds
totally
so
joking.
good, I can't believe
This
it.
shit sounds, this is gold right here.
The great thing about Shaking Through is that there's no preconceptions of what this piece that somebody comes in here to produce is to come out like, what it's intended to achieve, all that kind of stuff. Somebody can have a grand idea, a huge idea, and we do our best to have all the resources of Weathervane Music and Shaking Through make that happen. Lushlife's Toynbee Suite really challenged our ability to muster up those resources and make it all happen under the same circumstances that happens for everybody else. But that's okay. We live and learn. That's how we learn these things. In a lot of ways, Raj lucked out because Lushlife's Toynbee Suite was ambitious, and we were fortunate enough that all the planets aligned and it could work.